Across the country, there is a growing debate about the efficacy and the fairness of our criminal justice system. The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world, raising serious questions about drug laws, mandatory minimum sentencing, and racial bias throughout. In Lafayette, two local churches hope to address these issues in an upcoming class they're offering to the public. Reverend Clarinda Crawford, is here to tell us about the class and the book at the heart of this discussion titled The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So this class is really focused on this book, but also the issues surrounding this book. First, tell us about The New Jim Crow.
The New Jim Crow deals with the ideas and concepts that there's still a prejudicial process within our justice system whereby specifically young African American males tend to see a higher sentencing degree, will tend to be picked up more frequently on certain things, where as a white person being picked up on those similar things would not get the same sort of sentence. And so it's a type of oppression that is basically in existence in today's American justice system.
And before we get into the issues that the book and the class involves, tell us about the class itself. You guys have had 1 week of sessions so far. How has it gone, and what have you learned from the class in this 1 week term?
Sure. Well, first of all, we have 12 groups that are meeting throughout the community. We have them in public buildings, business buildings, and in personal residential homes. So there's 12 of these groups, each group comprised of anywhere from 7 to 12 participants. We strive for as much diversity in those circles as we could, but we fell a little short there. Although for the demographics of Lafayette, we're pretty much right on target. Mm-hmm. But we have had some really good positive feedback from some of the groups, speaking to the sort of discussion they've already been able to have in the first week. And there's also been some comments made of how tough it is, and how difficult they're finding the reading by Michelle Alexander, as well as the discussion in kind of confronting what we would term their own white privilege.
And there are many people would say that there's really no bad time to have these types of discussions and in dealing with how we interact with each other in society, but why is now a really good time to have this in your mind?
Well, now's a really good time to have it because of Ferguson. I think Ferguson is on everybody's mind, it's on the news, and the question that was even posed in the local paper this past week was, could Ferguson happen in Lafayette or West Lafayette? And I think the answer is, we probably don't know the answer to that, but I think it could happen anywhere. Yep. And I think there's some undercurrents of racism within our society that need to be addressed, and Pastor Lee and I feel that dialoguing about it is one of the better ways to bring it out, to talk about it.
And quickly, what are some of the things you really hope to accomplish with these classes, and how can people get involved? Even though you are 1 weekend, I'm sure people can jump in and join.
Well, we would welcome that. I would also encourage them, however, to consider the diversity roundtable conversation circles. They'll be starting middle of October, and if you're interested in that, you can email drtconversationscircles@gmail.com. So that's an opportunity. They're going to be a little different than our study circles. Our study circles hope to, by the end, accomplish finding 1 or 2 key people from each of the groups that are really passionate about perhaps addressing this in the local society and the culture around the greater Lafayette area, and perhaps finding a program or starting something that will work to address the issues that are raised in the New Jim Crow book.
And I'm sure there are fascinating discussions in these classes. Reverend Clarinda Crawford, thank you very much.
Thank you.